Are you tired of spending hours creating schedules manually or dealing with last minute shift changes? Managing employee schedules doesn't have to be stressful. Welcome to When I Work, the ultimate employee scheduling software designed to streamline scheduling, improve communication, and boost productivity. In this step by step tutorial, I will walk you through how to use When I Work to create schedules, track time, manage availability, and communicate with your team, all from one dashboard. By the end of this video, you will know how to set up When I Work, build schedules, track attendance, and optimize your workforce management. Now let's get started. So before we get started, let's break down what's make When I Work stand out. So according to them, When I Work is a powerful scheduling platform designed to help businesses manage their workforce very efficiently. Now here are the four things which I mentioned. Create and share schedules in minutes with drag and drop tools. Monitor employee hours, work with clock in, clock out, there's the availability management, team communication, right? We will talk about this. Now there's just something more which I really like. That is a seamless integration with payroll system like Gusto and QuickBooks. So to get started, you have to just come to this website which is called wheniwork.com. Once you're here, you can just go and click on start my free trial with Google, or you can just enter your name and email address and you will able to start your free trial. I'm using Google. I will select my account, click on continue. Now here you have to enter your company name and number of employees working on. So I'll select here 1 to 20. Now click on start my free trial. Now within just few seconds, it will load. Now the next question they will ask you, that is there's a three step here by the way. The first one is let's set up your work schedule, right? Now here when day of week does your schedule starts, actually it's Monday. Which industry best describe your business? So it's regarding content. I think here it's not showing up, right? Okay, I will select here our entertainment here. Select the position your employees work. So there are, program coordinator, there's a trainer, manager, and obviously there is a CS. Now click on continue. Now there's a shift timing. So it start at 9 a.m. and end at, shift timing 9 a.m. to, there should be 7 p.m. Okay, here it is. Position type. So right now I will set as a no position. What days of the week is the shift typically scheduled? Obviously I can change it later, right? Now click on continue. Now this is a username. So basically you can add your team here. So you have to enter the username, their email, and select the position, right? So for example, let's say I'll set here. Okay, let me just set here. This is Ron, and I will enter his email, first name and the last name. Okay. Now the position is of a manager. In same way, you can just add your team member. You can add as many as you want. If you want to skip this part, you can skip this. Now click on add an invite. Now automatically the invitation will go to their email address, and once they accept the invitation, they will come to this dashboard. Now see your example. So let you have to enter your phone number and just go and click on save. After this, click on publish and notify. Now this is how it's look. Now this is a 5 shift, for example, for the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. So I will just go and click on confirm shift. If you have some queries, you can always change the schedule, right? Now use this tool to finish setting up. So I will just go and click on finish setup here. Click on continue, enter shifting. I think I've already did this. So I will just close this part. Now this is exactly dashboard. Now let's come back to the dashboard here, right? On the top left side corner, you will see this bell icon, which is obviously the notification. Now verify your workspace address as you can find you. So I will just go and click on verify, and I have to enter my email address and click on save, and I have to verify my email address. So that's a part. Now if I just go to the dashboard, obviously there's a welcome message. There's a random phone number, so it's not a real. And you can scan this QR code so you can access it from any device, right? So you don't need to just open your laptop again and again just to see. Now see how publishing shift works. We have already did. Now invite or trusted people. I think I have did, but obviously let me show you how you can do so. Now here, what is the name? So we'll just write here, just for example, John. What is a mobile number or email address and what position they are. So then I can send an invitation. Now set up a schedule. So let's just go and click on start because this is very important. This is where you will build the work schedule. Try the important option to see your current schedule data in the scheduler. Now here you can just auto import my current schedule or click on manually import my schedule. So it's the way you can schedule. So for example, let's say auto import. Now here you have to drag and drop your file, which is a CSV or whatever format it is. Now automatically it will just import my current schedule, right? So for example, let me close this up, right? I hope you understood this part. Now this is, you can see here, as many user you will keep adding on the left side in a row. In the custom row, it will show up all the team members which are working. It will show the open shift. Now this is upcoming dates which is showing here. So for example, I want to add a schedule on Sunday. So obviously there should be no working on Sunday, but anyway, now let's move to the next week. So let's say this is the next week. Now if I just go and click on here add shift, which is open shift here, right? And this is for how many? This is for one, right? And here time, so I can just select here, for example, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., right? And shift color, so for example, let's say any of the color here. Position, so this is for the trainer position. I can add a break, so at least for the 45 minutes that would be break, right? Optional, I can just add 15 minutes more and click on add a break. Right now here, that break is at the 3 p.m. You can always change this, right? You can add as many break as you want. Now this is a tag, so you can tag somebody, but we haven't created any tag here. Now shift task list. So you can create a task list, which I will show you. But here, let's say we will just create a task list. Now here I can just go to the team task or the shift task automatically. So team task is something good for the things which all your team member are going to work together or going to work simultaneously at one task. Or this is a shift task, which is things a user need to complete during the shift. So for example, I want whoever take the shift, this is a shift task. So I have to just give a name. So for example, task one, right? I'm just giving a random name. You can write anything. Now, what's the task name? So complete XYZ work, right? And I can just go and add more task here. For example, complete whatever, let's say subtask 2, and I can just add many tasks as I want and click on the next. Now adding your task, for example, shift tasks are assigned to individual user to complete during the shift. There are two ways to assign shift task list: added when during editing a shift or added to the shift template. So here we have already adding to the shift, so we don't need to do anything. Now once you have added, right, you can just add the shift note, and I will just write here, please join ASAP. This is not necessary, it's completely up to you. And do you know you can share link to the shift related documents, obviously. Okay, now this is a repeat task. So for example, this task is going to be every week, right? So every week of the first Monday of every week, right? First day. Now repeat ends in the 6th month. I can also set as. Now click on save as a shift template. So if you're using the same format again and again after every 6 months, and every time you have to just go through the same process, right? So you don't need to do this. So you can just go and click on save as a shift template. So you don't need to create. You can just go and select use this template, and automatically it will be added. Now click on save and publish, right? So you can see here it has been published. Now I can always just come back and edit it whenever I want here, right? I get this option. I can just go to the history tab. So history tab is really useful because it cannot be deleted neither by the admin, neither by the administrator, or neither by any of the user or employee, right? So I can just go and check the history of every task. And I can set a reminder if I just go and click on the three dots of the task here. So reminder has been set. Now I can just click and hold on this icon, which you can see here, all direction, and I can move to any of the specific person. For example, I want this work should be done by the Ron, so I will just go and add to the Ron. Or let's say I will add to the Anil, right? So Anil will get a notification that a one task has been added on the 14th of November, I mean 14th of April, that is Monday, and that user, I mean the Anil will get an option to accept it, depending upon what is his responsibility. Once he accept, automatically the task will be done and he can just go and click on it and it will be done, right? Now this is a way to create a task. Now the setup process is very straightforward even for beginners, and ensure you're ready to start scheduling right away. Right, so this tool ensures schedules are accurate, accessible, and easy to update. Now you can manage availability and time of request. Now how you can do this? So managing availability and time of request is critical for avoiding any conflicts. Now for example, Anil is taking leave on Monday, right? And I have no idea. So how I'm going to know, or let's say how the top position of that team or the team leader manager, how they are going to know. So obviously, employee can log in their account and set their preferred working hours. Employees can submit time off requests directly through the app. They can manage receive notification, can approve or deny requests based on the business needs by the supervisors. So here, how you can do this? So automatically, let's say a task has been assigned to me, right? And obviously I will explain you that, but let's go back to the dashboard. Right now here we have did all the everything here. Now this is a dashboard which you will usually find on every day once you start working on it, right? So this dashboard will give you each and everything. For example, today's snapshot. So how many tasks I have to do, how many shift request has been pending, what's my next shift is going to be, what's the timing, right? And everything. So there's an open shift, right? There's a work level, how many working hours I've worked on a given week here, right? There's a pay period forecast, so how much I was paid for each hour, right? So it will give me just bird eye view, and for every information, every small little decisions. Now this is a scheduler which we already know. On the left side you will find this is a workspace, right? So this is HPD. I can just go and click on another scheduler. I can just go and check for every specific person. For example, I want to check only for Anil, so I can just go and check for Anil, right? So what's the working procedure, how much is working, and everything, right? So this works as a filter, right? You can just go and click on view options, view shift by user position, whatever it is. So it's work as a filter or short methods. You can just come back and check each and everything here. Now I have already explained this whole part. Now let's move to the right side corner. On the right side corner, you can see this is upgrade today. By the way, if you're thinking to buy, there's a link given in the description. If there is, then please use that link. It will give us a benefit. It is a way to support our channel. Obviously, you will get a discount. Right, now here this is a request time off, the thing which we were talking about just a minute back here. So for example, I'm an employee at HVD, whatever company it is, and I want a request time off. So I can just go and click on request time off here. Now who is this? So this is me. I can add any another member too. For example, Ron also want to leave on that day, so I can set a leave on that day. By the way, Ron can also do it from his dashboard, right? Now this is a time of types. So I want a complete holiday or unpaid or paid, whatever, sick or unpaid sick leave. So let's say I will holiday and a paid all day. If I just go and select not all day, then automatically it will give me a new option where I have to add time from which hour to which hour I'm just going to take leave. Just for simple thing, I will just select here all day. Now start date, so I'm just going to take on, let's say 14th of April, right? Now end date is exactly 14. Total paid working hours, let's say unpaid. So if I just go and select here unpaid, you can see here I cannot add information here, right? As you can see, I'm typing in the keyboard, but nothing is here. Now this is message. So I can write here, I want a leave on 14th of April due to my personal reason, and I will just go and click on send request. Now automatically this send request has been gone to my supervisor or my leader, everything here. Now did you saw something? You can see here the task which I assigned on 14th of April, that is a Monday. You will see a red mark. That means Anil has taken a leave, right? So how this task is going to be done? On a purpose, I have added the leave date on 14th of April. So it's completely up to on the supervisor, right? Whether, for example, he have to reject the leave, right? That is a time off, or he have to shift the task or give it to the another working member. So you can see here I have shifted this to a working member, that is a Ron, on that day, and everything is working perfectly, right? So I hope you got to understood this part. Now there's some more features. For example, time of request, right? I can just go and check it. So if I am the supervisor, then I will get all the requests which I need to approve. My request, you can see here, I gave a request and it has been approved. All the requests, I can see all the requests. But this feature is only available to the top manager, right? And if you're not the leader and they didn't give you any such, or you can say feature approval to check this up, then you won't be able to see this. Now this is a shift request, same thing here, right? This is a time of request, shift request. So whenever an employee want a shift change, or they want extra shift, they can ask you a shift request. Now this is an open shift request. So obviously open shift, it means that there's some kind of a task which need to be done, but this has not been assigned to a specific team member, so anybody can take that task. So that is called open shift. Now on the second option, that is a user. So if I just go and click on user, how many user are in the complete system? So there are only two users that's showing, and it will show me the exact position. So how many position are in my company or in the system? So you can see here, this is a tags, right? I think on the starting somewhere we just need to fill up the task information, but we didn't have. So from here we can create a task. So you can add tags to match user and shift based on the skills or certification. So for example, let's say I will just add here, expert, right? This is a tag. So this tag is given to the top experienced people of my employee. This is just an example, by the way. And I can just put a tag that this open shift can be will be taken by the experts of my team. So only experts will allow to take that. So that way I can use a task, right? Now this is a schedule. I hope you know this. This is just like Google Calendar or something like that. So I can just go and add a schedule here. Now this is a job site. So what is a job site? A job site is to schedule your user at offsite location, like a client's office or a venue. So it's easy to do. On the top right side corner, just go and click on add. For example, here I just want to add Harry, schedule all schedules, or let's say only HVD. Location, I have to enter the location and click on notes and just go and click on add. So this is how I can add job sites here. Now this is a shift template. I'm sure I explained you how you can just make a template and save it. So this is one of the template, we just saved it. I can edit this, I can delete this, I can create a new shift template from here, right? And I can use it later. Now this is a task list. So this is the task list. For example, if you want to create a lot of tasks, right? And you have, I mean, obviously you can create a task inside one of the, what it's called, I think, during a shift, right? Whenever you are creating a shift, you get a chance or option to create a task list. But you hear from here, you can create a task list, and you can assign to a specific team member. So that is really easy way to do, and that is really interesting way to see this here. Now this is called documentation part. So documentation part is you can just add documents to share with your staff from onboarding inside this system, right, in day-to-day operations, right? And here from the top right side corner, you can just go and click on add. Now this is on the this settings key icon. This is called general setting. You can change all the information. You can change logo, add information, calculate weekly OT, right? And you can change some of these specific information, that basic information, right? Time of setting. So for example, on which day it is a sick, or is there any kind of, for example, you can add as a festival time of types, right? So in this way you can use it. Same way it is a scheduling settings here, right? And you can use this option. Generally if you don't understand, then no need to change it. This is the integration, right? So when I work also get integrated with some of the popular CRMs, right, and payrolls. For example, you can see here ADP, Square, QuickBooks, Zapier, right? Integration to where I work, that Simply Pay, right, Reset, and there's a lot of things which you can use this. And this is account and billing. So if you obviously if you're using this for your system, then you need to pay. It's not completely free. It is free for only 14 days here. So it gives you three plans: essential, pro, and premium. The first one is, you can see here, and if I just remove time tracking and attendance, the price get almost half, right? I mean 25% less. Now here you can see each plan is better than the other as compared to last one.